So you have just passed your part 1 and you're really excited and all that rush to pass the part 2 tomorrow. Let's discuss this in detail. I see this all the time, candidates making these major mistakes. So today's video is all about when people pass their part 1, what are the things they need to stay away from? All the mistakes we see on a daily basis when people message me and they book for assessments. And when is your exam? Is it in 2 weeks? So let's discuss all those mistakes today. Now, the biggest mistake or mistake number 1, what is it? You've passed your part 1 and you want to join a part 2 course tomorrow. Well, let's stop there. Okay. Why do you want to join a course tomorrow? Because you want to pass the exam in 2 weeks? Part 2, you cannot pass an exam in 2 weeks or 3 months. You need to give yourself time. So the biggest mistake is you join a course tomorrow. You start messaging people and be like, I want to join a part 2 training. Now, let's give an example. For me, if someone wants to join my part 2 training, because I run a detailed course as well, I'd be like, yeah, great for me. But is it great for you? You haven't even got your home set up yet. You have no idea about how the part 2 training works. You haven't even read the criteria yet. You haven't done any research on the exam. Now what's going to happen? You're going to join a course. You're going to do the whole course, get really excited, get motivated, and you get really impressed by the skills and you'll be like, oh, amazing. I've learned all this. And what happens after 2 weeks when you come back? Now you don't remember anything. That's the biggest issue. So first thing, you slow down. You don't get a course straight away. First thing you want to do is create your home setup. Make sure the base is set up. I've mentioned it in my previous video as well. I will put a link below how to start your part 2 journey. Get your home setup ready. Get a bit familiarization with the course, the grading criteria, how this exam works. Do a bit of practice yourself. Then once you feel ready, then you book a course. The benefit, what's going to happen is now when you go to a course, you already have an idea. Not only you are improving your skills, but you're also correcting your mistakes. So when you go to the course, you can tell them that this is what I want to improve in. This is my mistakes. This is my weakness. What happens when you go to a course, as soon as you pass your part 1, you have no idea, you do a course, after 3 months, now when you're making mistakes, when you're making errors, there's nobody else to guide you. So what are you going to do again? Are you going to do the course again? You can't, right? So the first mistake is slow down. It's not a race. You can't pass part 2 straight away. So the first thing, which is most important, is do not rush through booking a course. The second major error. Someone calls me and then they message me on my pages of like, I really desperately need an assessment. Okay. They send me their work and their work is not up to par at all. And the first question I'd ask is, okay, how much training have you done? When is your exam? They'll be like, my exam is in 2 weeks. Now what happened? What's the mistake number 2? You booked the exam. What was the first mistake? You booked the course, which is a major mistake. What's the second mistake? You booked the exam as well. Without even checking your skills, without even knowing yourself that am I ready or not? Now, who's going to decide if you're ready? You are not going to decide. I'm sorry to say this, but you're not going to decide. Your mentor will. Listen to your mentor, whoever your mentor is. They should be able to tell you by looking at your work, looking at your communication skills, looking at your OSCE clinical skills, looking at your overall presentation of how well you're prepared to see that, yes, now I think you should book an exam. The problem is people book the course, book an exam straight away, and what happens? They fail because they're not ready. Your hand skills are not ready and you sit in the exam, you're not ready, you fail, and now you come back and now because you cannot redo the course, because you cannot afford another 7,000, 5,000, 3,000, whatever the money is you're paying for an online or an on-site course, Now what happens? You do the second attempt yourself and you fail again. And then you fail again. Why did it all happen? Because you did not plan wisely. Part 2 needs proper planning. What happens when we do a really nice aesthetic case and when we finish, the margins are looking beautiful, the bite's really good, the patient's happy, clinician's amazingly happy as well. We look at the case, we're so proud, we're putting on Instagram, we're showcasing it to everyone, and I'm having a good night's sleep as well. Why was that? Because I planned that case. And good cosmetic cases, you don't finish in 2 weeks. It takes 9 months. You get the perio first, corrected first. You get the gum health. You correct the bite first. You do some pre-alignment, and then you do the restorative phase with the temporaries, then the final, lot of mock-ups in between, taking a lot of photos, having detailed chat with your technicians, with the clinicians, and then you reach a final result, because I did great planning in this case. What happens when you don't plan correctly? You finish the case and now the color doesn't match. The bite is not right. Patient says, oh, this tooth is too high. It looks really odd on my face. What happens? You did not plan correctly. Same mistake are you going to do with your part 2 as well. What's going to happen when you book the exam really quickly? You did not plan anything. You know you're not ready. But because there was a rush, because you have your part 1 training done and then you have exams out, you were like, I'll pass the part 2 in 2 months. It's nearly impossible to do that. You'll end up failing and demotivating yourself a lot more. So do not fall into the trap. So the biggest second mistake, which is even worse than your first mistake, is you book your exam. You're not ready yet. Spend that money in doing a good course. Spend that money on doing some mentorship training with someone. Spend that money on making a good home setup, buying a set of loops. That is very, very crucial. And once you feel like you're ready, only then you do it. Mistake number 3, which should be your first thing, but I wanted to talk about the 2 major things first because I see that all the time. What is mistake number 3, which is the biggest mistake? As soon as you part your part 1, calm down. Calm down. It's not a race. First thing you should do it, take a week off. You've worked so hard in part 1. Give your mind a mental break. Give yourself a week. Go relax, don't do anything, do Netflix, go out for a walk. Say that I'm not going to talk about ADC. You deserve this moment. You've just passed your part 1. You've done all that effort. You deserve that moment. Just relax. Take a week off. After that 1 week, don't start messaging people that let's do this course. Watch a lot of YouTube. I have detailed videos on YouTube about all the tasks, about some tips and tricks, how the exam goes, how falling into the social media trap. I'm very sure there are other useful information on other people's YouTube about other people's tasks on, look at the grading criteria, look at the ADC handbook. If it comes, Crown Prep comes, can you watch a lot of Crown Prep videos on YouTube? Get an idea, get a feel of things, get your home setup ready. And then for the first whole month or 2, you do the home setup ready and you make a good treatment plan for your part 2 journey, like you do it for your case. Plan everything. Plan it that, okay, this is what I've done. I'm proud of my part 1 achievement. Let's just absorb everything. So a week is done. Then you start looking at your planning. Okay, these are the courses available. Is this course justifiable to do? Or is there a better course I should do? A lot of people say that, oh, I couldn't do this course because it was not in my city. But if it's not a good course, don't spend that money. Rather, take the time off, go to another city. Like I have a detailed online course now. And the main reason I did that because I felt like 2 weeks were not enough. On-site course, like I always tell everyone, I was just talking to 2 people yesterday and I was like, I can on my on-site training, because I do on-site training for people as well. And then I have a detailed online course for people who can join from all around the globe. I had students who couldn't come to Australia for the training, so they did my online training. They've passed the exam. Some amazing results we share on our pages. But the concept here is that you want to find someone who you correlate with, get the training, get the right mentorship, find the right mentor that suits your lifestyle better, work with that planning, pick that right course or the right mentor, and then once you feel you're ready, your mentor is going to guide you with that you feel like, you're seeing your skills and he or she is going to guide you. Then you book the course and then you do the exam. You don't just say that, oh, let's go. You don't do that. It ends up being all the failures again and again. And it's okay to fail. I never say in that point of view, it's not a good idea to fail. But if I give my 100% and then I fail, I will not feel bad. The problem is when you're 20% at a 20-30% level, because once you pass your part 1, you've not even done your crown prep. Half of the people's even home setups are not ready. They've just done 10 crown preps. They don't know any concept of endo. There's a new masterclass coming on why we fail in endo. You have to register on my website to see the link. They will be coming up very soon on my Instagram and Facebook pages. I will put the link below. Watch that masterclass. Going to give you a lot of idea on why people fail in endo, because I feel like people have done so many academies, their concepts are still wrong. They don't understand what an endo task basically wants you to do. So very important, don't rush, calm down, take your time, find the right coach or mentor, find the right course that gives you. And if you feel like that in your city you're not getting a good course, you have to go somewhere else, go somewhere else. If you can't go somewhere else, then do an online course, someone you trust. My major issue was I felt like 2 weeks is not enough. After 2 weeks, you do a very amazing on-site course and you come back and now you're by yourself. And after 4 months or 3 months, you don't remember anything. That's why when I decided to create this online course, I was like, you need 3 to 6 months to review the videos again and again, because I did the same with my postgrad diploma. And I loved it because I was doing clinical cases and I was getting stuck at some point and I could go back and review it. And my students say the same thing, because they say that when I do a crown prep and I get stuck, I can go back and review the video and I exactly know these are the 2 things I did wrong, and I go back. So the third thing is plan correctly. Calm down. Do not rush through. Number 4, which is very important for your part 2 journey, is read the grading criteria. Grading criteria is very important. I call it the Bible for ADC. Whatever clinician's teaching you, whoever he is or she is, and they're teaching you this and that, it has to be inclining with the grading criteria. Grading criteria has to be on your tips, because that's how they're judging the pass and fail. So grading criteria, I would say initial days, read it every single day. Take printouts, put it on your fridge. Put it in front of your desk. Put it in front of your toilet mirror. Literally, you have to see it again and again and again and again. And one thing you have to understand is if you read, you forget. If you write, you understand. If you discuss, you remember. My father tells me this again and again, and it actually works. So don't just keep seeing the grading criteria. Every task, either it's clinical OSCE, technical OSCE, either it's communication, either it's technical tasks. Make sure every task you make pointers and write them down. When you write it down and have pointers on endo task, this is what I need to do. This is the final crisp. And then keep reviewing it. Check with your mentor and say, this is what I feel. What do you think? And do additions. Make a new chart. Every single task you do that. And then make your own notes. Same for the communication. Make your own notes. I have a detailed communication course starting as well in the start of May. I'm really excited to offer that, in which you'll get on-site 3 days comprehensive training or an online 3 days training. Then you go back to my online videos, role play sessions, and you get to practice role play with me. So the details will be up soon. If you're interested, you can DM us. but very important that you plan it and you write everything down and focus on the grading criteria really well. The biggest tip I can give everyone to pass the exam is focus on the grading criteria, not someone's telling you. Because if someone's telling you something and then he's teaching amazing, maybe it works beautiful for the clinical skills in the clinical world, but for ADC, it's a theoretical based practical approach. So the grading criteria has to be there. Anytime your tasks does not incline with the grading criteria, that means you're going, the tooth looks amazing, but you're going towards the fail side. Watch my video, do not fall into the social media trap. The 3 rules I created for the ADC exam, the 3 rules, both our videos are on my YouTube channel. I want you to go and watch those 2 videos, opens your mind. So grading criteria, very important. Read it, write it, make your own notes and discuss it with your mentor, discuss it with your friends, with your peers, and then you start memorizing it a lot better. So every time you see a task, you close your eyes and it's a map in your mind already that this is this point I need to go. If you don't have that, then you're gonna struggle a lot. So please do not fall into these 4 mistakes. I would suggest you've just passed your part 1. If you have, take a week. You deserve that. Then go slow. Talk to any clinician in the world, any candidate who have passed part 1 or part 2. It takes time because your mind needs time, your hand skills need time. When you go slow, the foundation, when you see a house building up, you will notice that for 2 years, you don't see anything. They just keep working on the land because they want to make sure the foundation is really strong. Once the base is strong, you see the whole building coming up in 6 months. How come? Because the main work was happening in the ground area. Same thing. Go slow. Your planning has to be strong. Once your planning is strong, you have a good base. Then you go and then you will succeed a lot better and a lot higher rather than falling into the traps. So go slow, play wise. I wish you all the best and a big congratulations to people who have passed part 1. For a lot of people who did not, do not worry. Your time is going to be coming very soon as well. We've all dealt with this time. Do not worry. Just stay persistent, keep working hard, and you will get to your part 2 side as well. And when you do, for yourself as well, please do not fall into these 4 mistakes. I'll see you all with the next video. God bless you all.